Coming up, see what awards the ballroom dancing team recently took home. Also find out how women's softball fared over the weekend and see how one Oregon State student is bringing the tunes to the college pastime. All that and more tonight on the Beaver News. Hello and welcome to the Beaver News. I'm Max Bettendorf.
And I'm Kiana Hatch. We're glad you could join us today. We have a special show tonight as we are broadcasting live from the lobby of the SEC for the first time ever. And
we also have a special guest as a couple of the news crew's moms will be here in honor of Mom's Weekend. It's going to be a great show. Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders held a rally in Eugene today. This is the first time Senator Sanders has made an appearance in the Eugene-Springfield area. Sanders had a large attendance as thousands showed their support.
After a rigorous 3-year application, OSU is finally being awarded the Phi Beta Kappa chapter today. The nation's oldest honor society for liberal arts and sciences only accepts about 10% of colleges that apply. Oregon State's own President Ed Ray has been a member of the prestigious society since his senior year at City University of New York. And he also spoke at the ceremony tonight.
Last Thursday, many people from Oregon State marched together in solidarity for Take Back the Night, an event meant to raise awareness for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The group ended in the SEC Plaza and rallied together to take a stand against sexual assault. Anyone can contact the Sexual Assault Support Service at 541-737-7604.
The wait is finally over. MUPC announced T-Pain will be headlining this year's Dam Jam on Saturday, May 21st. Tickets run $7 for students and $15 for the public. Pick them up at the front desk right here in the SEC.
Last Saturday was OSU's Latin American Culture Celebration. There was a play put on by the Latin American community here in Corvallis, which required over 30 performers and was used to help spread the carnival cheer. There were several different groups of performers ranging from all ages. The hosts of the show were 4 different men and women who come together from different countries within the Latin community. There were hundreds in attendance, including many families and children of all ages. I was also surprised to see the strong turnout of Oregon State students in attendance. It was amazing to see such a strong community come together to celebrate their heritage with one another. The night ended with a touching message to the audience, asking for their help in funding the reconstruction of Ecuador, which has recently been hit with a terrible natural disaster. The Oregon State Ballroom Dance Team swept the finals in Desert Challenge Collegiate Competition in Las Vegas this past weekend. Austin Stricker and Paige Westaby took first in waltz, tango, cha-cha, and rumba.
Coming up after the break, we find out about Oregon State Pistols Club. Also, find out about the new music that will be heard around campus. We'll be right back.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Even if I try, even if I want
So they say it's a man's world?
Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
Welcome back to the Beaver News. There are many events to look forward to this Mom's Weekend, but one club on campus is firing things up. For more on this, here's my mom, Teresa Campina, in the newsroom. Mom?
Thank you, Kiana. OSU has many diverse clubs, one of which is the Pistol Club. We sent Natalie Braun to find out what this club is all about and what they have planned for Mom's Weekend.
Tucked away behind the McAlexander Fieldhouse is the shooting range where the Oregon State Pistol Club practices. We had the opportunity to speak with the president of the club and hear why it is such a critical part of our campus.
It's fun. It is a really unique sport, I think. When you're like shooting, the only thing you're against is yourself.
The Oregon State Pistol Club takes a lot of pride in the successful safety efforts they have made in the last 68 years.
We have never had a gun-related safety problem in this range, and we're proud of that.
We talked to the head coach about the recent shortage in .22 ammo and how it has affected the team.
And we tend to buy it in bulk, so it's been difficult to find. We've been lucky that we've had a couple gun shops help us out, and we've been lucky on finding some, but it's still a challenge.
We talked to Weston Gilbanks, a junior here at Oregon State, about why he recently joined the club.
For me personally, it's kind of meditative because before each shot, you kind of like take a deep breath, kind of relax in, and then take your shot. And that, like, each time you try to like drop your heart rate, drop your respiratory rate, and get a nice, smooth, easy shot. And so that's actually like really calming.
If you're interested in joining the Pistol Club, you can start by attending one of the required safety trainings on Sundays and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. President Jeff Yao explained the cost to try out the club.
If it's your first time coming here, it's going to be $5 for training and ammo. An ammo is $4 a box, and if you like it, and if you come in like for a second time, you then have to pay like for membership.
This Saturday, April 30th, the Pistol Club will be holding a Mom's Weekend event with 2-hour shooting sessions happening all day long.
We're going to have our annual Moms and Family Weekend fundraiser shoot again. Encourage students and their families to come down.
This has been Natalie Braun with Beaver News.
The library clock tower is getting some new hourly chimes and are inviting students to help decide what songs will be chosen. A campus committee has decided to change the song selection from the current hourly and Westminster chimes to several classical music pieces. Angela Carlson of the OSU Music Department helped create portions of the selected songs. On weekdays at 8 a.m., the clock tower will play a portion of Pachelbel's Canon at noon, and they will play a portion of Jésus, Joy of Man's Desiring, and finally, a section of Ode to Joy at 6 p.m. Students will have the opportunity to vote for a portion of the song to play on Sundays at 10 a.m.
Coming up after the break, we have a sit-down interview with the producers of KBVR's State of the Arts. We'll be right back.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So they say it's a man's world? Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
Welcome back to the Beaver News. We are here with Student Emmy-nominated producers of the State of the Arts, Courtney Mullis and Gabe Vermonti. The show airs here on KBVR. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. It's great to be here, Max.
Oh, wow. I wanted to ask you guys personally, what is State of the Art? What is the show about, and how did that come to be?
State of the Arts is just a student-run showcase of different student artists here at OSU. Me and my friend Sean Watson started it for practicum credit for our major here at KBVR TV, and we produced 3 episodes before we handed the reins over to Courtney because she was one of our original crew members.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you choose people to be on your State of the Arts show?
Well, it started out with Maddie Corbin, who was our first guest on the show, who is friends with Sean and Gabe, and then we kind of branched out from like people that they know, and then it just kind of spread like that.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Very nice.
made some art connections with artists and just sort of tried to connect with more artists from there.
Of course, and you guys are still working on finding more art and more people to come at. So I want to ask personally, both of you, what is your favorite show that you have produced on the show?
For me, it'd probably have to be Maddie Corbin's episode, just because that was the first episode that we produced of the show, and so it was us kind of just testing the waters, trying to make a documentary style, almost like after the fashion of Oregon Art Beat on OPB, just showcasing the person and their art and having them talk about it. So it was cool to see that start.
Right.
Without playing favorites, mine would probably have to be Claire Harden. She was the first artist that I got to produce myself with the help of Sean Watson. So it was pretty exhilarating.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So what projects are you currently working on right now?
So right now I'm working with Abigail Lossley, and she's currently a graduating senior, so she's pretty busy with her her artwork, and then I'm still trying to find a second artist for the term.
Oh, wow. So, like you stated, then I guess this question is more for you, Courtney, is what do you see as the future coming into a new year, or coming out of this term and then moving into next year? You have a lot lined up as far as new artwork you want to show, new artists. So what is the future for State of the Art?
Well, I've been trying to work with Prism to kind of, because they also work with artists and stuff like that, featuring them in their magazine. So I'm trying to get on the same page with them, and trying to branch out just from like painting and sculpting to maybe music artists, photography, graphic design, and all other sorts of artists on campus.
Wow.
Do you guys particularly have art that you're interested in, like as a hobby? Do you like photography or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I came into this major with an interest in photography and graphic design, like pen and ink drawing. So I was naturally drawn to film art, which is something I like doing.
I did a lot of photography as like a hobby. I started out in the 35 millimeter like film photography, and then it kind of like spread to digital back in high school. So it was kind of a big interest of mine.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And well, this question here would be more for you, Gabe. I wanted to ask, since you and Sean built this show, State of the Art, from the ground up, are you comfortable and happy about passing it on to Courtney to take over when you graduate in the coming fall?
Yeah, you know, I think Courtney's been doing a great job with the last few episodes she produced, because, I mean, she was with us from the get-go on all the episodes, helping us produce them. So I have no doubt that she's going to make the episodes that she makes even better.
It's incredible.
And do you have any advice, Courtney, for students that are seeing this and maybe want to be on your show? Can they come see you on the 4th floor? Or?
Yeah, I hang around on the 4th floor of the SEC. I practically live there. You can also just email me at mullisc@oregonstate.edu and just tell me that like what kind of stuff you're interested in, and yeah, I'll just talk to you and kind of figure it out.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Gabe and Courtney, for being on our show and sharing State of the Arts with us.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Coming up after the break, hear what students have planned for Moms Weekend. Also, see a new invention from a young entrepreneur here at Oregon State. All that and more when we return.
Everybody has a dream.
Is there still another commercial before I go?
Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Well, after me. I can't remember either.
We tell the stories of the exceptional students and staff who attend the university, who work here, and who play here.
We have the barometer, we can write stories for them, become a journalist. We have Beaver News, we have all kinds of different shows for TV.
We're so willing to talk to anybody that is interested in becoming involved with student media. So if you're on the fence thinking, I don't know if I can do this, the answer is yes, you can. Get over here and talk to us.
They have a speedboat now that goes around the harbor. Very fun. Patriot jet boat. But my understanding is that's only been there for a few years. So when I said that, people were like, really? There's a speedboat? I'm like, yes, it's fun. But when the kids came, we went, well,
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
OSU softball played their Damn Cancer weekend series against number 10 Washington Huskies. In the final game of the series, the Beavers started out defensively strong, not allowing the Huskies any runs, hits, or players left on the base in the first inning. However, the Huskies were the first ones to rattle the bats and put points on the scoreboard. The Beavers got riled up after having another successful defensive inning, but seemed to have struggled at the plate. Although the Beavers consistently held their own on the defensive end throughout the game, they were unable to make a complete comeback when it came to swinging the bats. Right fielder Shelby Weeks and left fielder Lovey Lopez were the only players to put points on the board for the Lady Beavs. The Beavers lost Sunday's game with a final score of 7-2 and also lost the overall series 2-1. Their current record overall is 27 wins, 16 losses, and 1 tie. The Pac-12, they hold the record of 6 wins and 12 losses. The Lady Bees will face off Arizona State at their next home series on Thursday, May 12th.
We wanted to know how students prepared for Mom's Weekend, so we sent Polly Lisacek to see what they had planned.
Mom's Weekend just 2 days away. Let's go find out what fun activities people have in store for their moms. Is your mama coming down this weekend?
No, she's not.
Does she not love you?
Well,
is your mama coming down this weekend?
Oh, not this weekend.
nah, she just lives in a different state.
Is she ever going to come down and see you?
She's come up here enough. I'm a senior, so she's sick of it.
Does your mom love you enough to come down this weekend to hang out with you?
Yeah, she'll be here for a little bit on Saturday.
What do you guys got planned?
Absolutely nothing. Probably go to the beach, maybe dinner.
Is your mom coming this weekend?
No, but I'm going to her.
Oh my God, you're such an angel. What do you guys got planned?
We're gonna go eat, and I'm gonna surprise her with some flowers.
Is she hanging out for the night or just the day?
No, she's driving back to Portland after we hang out.
Shoot, so she doesn't want to be with you for like that long.
That's why I go to school away from Portland.
What do you think? How do you think she's gonna react to that? Is she gonna like it?
She's probably gonna cry.
Oh, gee. Will you be seeing your mom this weekend?
Yeah, I will be. It's gonna be fun.
What do you guys got planned?
Dinner Friday night, hanging out Saturday, kicking it, yeah.
So what do you got in your hand down there?
The soil core sample of an O horizon for soils 206.
Is it for your mom?
I mean, she can have one if she wants, but this one specifically is not.
Shoot. Can I have it? Just kidding, I don't want it. Don't touch me with that. No, put your, I'm really okay. Oh, she came down last year too?
Yeah.
Wow, so she actually kind of likes you.
A little bit,
oh,
sometimes.
A little bit, like this much? Smaller, oh, that much.
This much, yeah.
Oh, what about, okay, there we go.
Look, yeah.
So P for Polly?
Yep.
I'm Polly. Yeah. Yeah. Whether your mom's coming down for the festivities this weekend or you're going home to see her, it should be a sunny weekend for all. This has been Polly Lisacek with Beaver News.
My mother's favorite holiday of the entire year is OSU's Mom Weekend, so we know she'll be coming down. And we know your mother's here, Kiana. What will you two be up to?
She is. We're actually going to check out the Pistol Club. I hear that's a lot of fun. So we signed up and going to go shoot some guns. Should be fun.
So she tells us. That's true. Well, Mom's Weekend is here. And no one wants the rain during these festivities. But what can we expect for the weekend? We have Darlene Lewis, mother of Beaver News producer Marvin Lewis, in the newsroom with the weekend weather forecast.
Thank you, Max. It looks like there's going to be sunny weather for most of Mom's weekend. As we take a look at our roof cam, it's been a cloudy day, but the clouds should clear out by Saturday. Tomorrow, we've got a high of 59 with a 40% chance of rain. However, Saturday, we will have a high of 70 and partly cloudy. Walking around for those Mom's weekend events on campus should be perfect. Wrapping up the weekend, we've got a high of 81 degrees on Sunday with a 0% chance of rain. And that's your weekend forecast. Back to you, Max.
Thank you, Darlene. Have you ever wanted a Frisbee that plays music or a speaker that flies? Well, a freshman entrepreneur here at OSU has made that possible. Polly Lisatek spent a little time with Alex Deceased to find out where the idea of Disc Jam began.
The Disc Jam is a flying speaker, and the story with the Disc Jam starts with my younger brother, Stefan.
Alex is a freshman here at OSU that invented the Disc Jam and hopes to form a bond with his autistic brother.
At a very young age, Stefan was diagnosed with a severe case of autism. The product is something that will give him more meaningful connections between him and I, but also more meaningful connections between people he will meet. Play in an apartment, we can play outside, and we're able to smile, we're able to dance, we're able to have fun it's a new way like never before. In December of 2014, my co-founder and I thought of the idea of a speaker and a disc. We created our first prototype with a disc and just a kitchen knife and just a speaker off the wall from Walmart. It had an interesting crevice around the speaker that actually made it just able to pop in perfectly in the disc, and it was like the speaker was just made to fit in.
Utilizing the resources inside of Weatherford's Makerspace, Alex shares the process it takes to make a Disc Jam.
You have to make a 3D print to house the electronics. You have to order a speaker online. The speaker you're going to have to take apart, you're going to have to resolder it, and once that's done, you have to put it inside of the housing. I'd say the whole process to making one full Disc Jam takes about an hour and a half. We have these cool vinyl stickers. You use an Illustrator file and you design your sticker. You send it to the program that creates the stickers and you print the stickers and then lay them over a hard plastic and they stick and you're good to go. We currently have sold 25 beta prototypes and we sold them for $25 each. It costed about $13 for all the resources to make one Disc Jam. I've brought another activity I can do with my friends.
Now, not only is the Disc Jam something he can do with his brother, but something he can now enjoy with his friends.
My friends and I love playing with the Disc Jam.
This has been Polly Lisatek with Beaver News.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today. I'm Max Bettendorf.
And I'm Kiana Hatch. Thank you for watching this special edition of the Beaver News.
And for more Beaver News, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and watch us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time.